Okay, we're heading up to West Mountain Peak and trying to escape some of the heat here in the St. George area. We're going to go up to almost 7,800 feet. And if you take into account standard temperature deviation, 2 degrees cooler every 1,000 feet you go up, it should be significantly cooler. So we'll see. To get there, you come down Sunset Boulevard in St. George into the town of Santa Clara, and that road turns into Old Highway 91. Santa Clara was settled by Jacob Hamlin, who was sent down to southern Utah by Brigham Young. By 1855, it was a small settlement, and basically Swiss Mormon colonists settled the area, and that's why Santa Clara has Swiss days every year. You'll go through the Chivowitz Reservation. There's the sign saying you're leaving it. It's about 6 miles down the road. From that sign, it's about a mile, and you'll be turning right, and there'll be a street sign that actually says Hellhole Pass. One thing about coming up here, the bottom part you can do with basically with the car. It's not that steep, rough, but the further you go, then it slowly transitions into you need high clearance, and then on top you've got to the point where you need four-wheel drive, and then to get right up on the peak and up where the radio towers are, I mean, you need true four-wheel drive, not just all-wheel drive. There's some parts that get starting to get steep, a lot of loose rocks, and you can lose traction real quick. So keep that in mind as you're coming up here. If you're just in a normal car, hopefully common sense will tell you when to stop. If you're a high clearance vehicle, you go a little further, but you're going to spin out before you get to the top. So plan your trip accordingly. This road snakes all over the mountainside. It goes up and is fairly steep in some areas, and you'll start going downhill too. In fact, several places you'll think, oh, I missed the turn, I'm going to go all the way down the other side of the mountain, but that's not what happens. You just keep going on that trail until you get to what they call Hellhole Pass, which we're going to do in just a minute. When you get to the top of the first really steep section, you'll find a cattle guard that goes across the road. That is Hellhole Pass. There's usually a sign there. Sometimes it gets knocked down. You want to stay to the right. Don't go to the left. You want to stay to the right. And you will follow that trail the rest of the way up to the towers, radio towers. And you will also drop down a section before you head back up to the towers as well. As you start the final climb, you'll see the radio towers your first view of them, and that's kind of where you're heading. So you just keep following this trail. This is where it's going to start getting steep with loose rocks, and you're definitely going to need four-wheel drive once you get up here a ways. Here we are making a tight turn, and we're still in two-wheel drive, and just as we made that turn, I had to slow down a little bit, we just spun out in this loose rocks. And so we backed up, tried again, and didn't make it. So we backed up, put it into four-wheel drive, and just continued our way up the mountain. Like I say, you've got to have four-wheel drive to get on top. It's a terrific view from the summit, and here we are at the first set of radio towers. But part of the curse of being a very high mountain and accessible by road is the fact that they're going to put radio towers up there, and microwave towers and everything else, which kind of, in some way, people's view ruins the sights. But on the other hand, the road wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the towers. So there's a blessing and a curse. On top, you can see forever. It's a great view. West Mountain Peak rises 3,600 feet above the valley floor, which again makes for a wonderful view. And it's a great little outing to get away from St. George. If you don't have four-wheel drive, you can drive up as far as you can with your car and then hike the rest of the way. If you liked our video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to our channel, Adventure Life with Bob. Thanks for watching.